I'm Adam, functional bodybuilding coach and physical therapist. Today we're going to focus on two positions, the pike stretch and the pancake stretch. We're going to do a few warm-up drills to ease into those positions, but the focus of those pike stretch and that pancake stretch will primarily be the posterior chain. A little bit of stretching through the glutes, primarily through the hamstrings. You'll probably even feel the hips rotate a little bit and a little bit of pulling through the adductors, but primary focus on today, pike and pancake stretch. Okay, so we're going to just start with body weight RDL, a nice hinging pattern, just to start to loosen up those hamstrings. So feet are going to be about hip width, where you typically do your deadlift from. Okay, and I'm just going to start to reach down, keeping my low back flat, squeeze my butt muscles to come back up. So again, reach down, pull through those hamstrings, squeeze the butt to come back up. Okay, we're just going to go through about 10 of these. As you ease into this stretch or this movement, try to just get a little bit lower with every rep. Still checking in with that low back, making sure it's nice and flat. Okay, just a couple more. Last one. Okay, so now next one, we're going to place the hands onto the floor. Knees are going to be bent. And then from here, I'm just going to try to straighten one knee as far as I can. So one knee straightens, I really pull through that hamstring, I rebend it, and then I switch sides. Pull through the opposite hamstring, and then keep switching back and forth. We're going to go about 10 per side. That first movement, a little bit more emphasis on this upper hamstring. The second movement, a little bit more emphasis behind the knee on that lower portion of the hamstring. Just really making sure we get a good movement through that hamstring before we get into our pike stretch position. Moving back and forth, switching legs. Do a few more reps on each side. Okay, we'll go one more each side. Awesome. So, like I said, we got a little blood flow through those hamstrings, a little bit of length through those hamstrings, and now we're going to go into our pike stretch. So during the pike stretch, feet are going to be straight out in front of you, and then you're just going to sink the chest forward towards the legs, really relaxing as much as you can, trying to get as close to your legs as you can. Okay. On this one, we are going to allow the low back to round. Okay, so we're going to stretch through those erectors, those muscles on the sides of your spine. We're going to stretch through the glutes a little bit, and we're going to stretch through the hamstrings and calves just a little bit as well. So that whole posterior chain. So again, I'm just going to reach forward. You don't have to grab onto the feet. You can't, if you can reach the feet, you can grab onto the feet, pull yourself into that position. Otherwise, you can just keep the hands down at the side and just reaching forward as much as you can. Okay. I'm going to spend about 2 minutes in this position, a little bit longer than some of our other stretches. Really trying to relax into it. So I won't be talking too much. I'm going to be really focusing on my breathing, exhaling with every exhale, trying to just sink deeper and deeper into this position, continuing to try to pull myself lower and lower. And we'll just go another 30 seconds to a minute. Keep relaxing into this position. Big deep exhales, sinking into the position. Really feeling that pull through the hamstrings, through the low back. Normally we focus so much on keeping that low back nice and tight during back squats, deadlifts, and any of our heavy lifting. This is a good opportunity to let those muscles relax, get a little length through those erectors, those low back muscles. Okay, let's go a couple more exhales. Okay, and ease your way out of that position. Okay, what's nice is that stretch allows us to ease into this next stretch, our pancake stretch. So the concept is going to be similar, except now instead of your legs being straight out in front of you, legs are going to be out to the side. So I'm going to bring my feet out to the side as far as I comfortably can. Once I'm in this position, I actually just use my hands to scoop my butt a little bit forward, and that actually helps push my legs out just a little bit farther. So I can really get towards this end range of this position. So first portion of the stretch, we're going to go side to side first, and then we're going to go to the center. So traditional pancake stretch would be towards the center here, reaching forward, allowing yourself to go as flat as you can, which is why it's called a pancake. But we're going to start and lean towards one leg. So again, just like we did our pike stretch, we're going to try to get our chest as close to the leg as possible. If you can grab onto that foot and pull yourself down, go for it, but allow those low back muscles to relax. Feel this pull through the hamstring and really lean into this stretch. Lean towards that side. We're going to hold for about a minute on just one side before we switch to the other side. Okay. Same focus, big exhales today. That's a huge portion of today. Really, as you're really bending forward, relaxing into these positions, that exhale will really help you sink into that end position. Okay, we're going to switch sides. We're going to go another minute on this other side. Okay, same thing. I'm reaching towards this leg. Again, you don't have to grab on the foot. You can just reach towards the leg. Allow your chest to drop towards that knee. And just hang in this position, okay? Find a position that feels good for you, that you can continue to relax into. Okay, a couple more exhales. Keep trying to get that chest close to the leg. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go to the center. This one, it might be helpful to have a weight available to you. You can hold the weight out in front. You can hold the weight at the chest to help push you into this position a little bit. I'm going to grab my weight. I'll show you with and without the weight, but with the weight, I'm still in that nice wide leg position. And again, I can just hold on to the plate here, really like help bring my chest to the floor. I also like to just bring the weight out in front and then kind of just grab onto it and stretch into this position, okay? So a couple different ways you can do it. Whatever feels better for you, whichever allows you to get into a deeper stretch position, that's the one I want you to do. I'm gonna bring it to my chest and just hold on to it. Pull my chest towards that floor. And then again, focusing on my exhales, really relaxing into this position. I'm allowing that low back to round, feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. Eventually, as you get better and better at this position, if you can keep that low back a little bit straighter, that's awesome. If If you can't, that's okay. We want to pull through those erectors. We want to lengthen those at some time. Again, a lot of your training, your heavy deadlifts, your heavy squats, you're keeping that low back so rigid. This is an opportunity to really lengthen through those low back muscles. Again, just like the pike stretch, we're going to spend a little bit longer in this position today. We're going to do 2 minutes in this position. Continuing to relax, sink that chest even deeper towards the floor. Exhaling. Okay, let's do a few more exhales. And then again, ease your way out of that position. Okay, so some nice pulling through my hamstrings, nice pulling through my low back. And then the last thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna check in with that squat position, okay? Just a lot of pulling through my hips, a lot of pulling through my hamstrings. So now I just wanna kind of retest that low back position, or sorry, retest that squat position, see what it feels like. So I'm just gonna ease into this position. Sit nice and comfortable. Just, maybe rock side to side, bounce up and down just a little bit, see what it feels like. I'm gonna hang here for about 10 seconds. And then I'm gonna come back up. I'm just gonna do about 3 reps, hanging in that bottom position for about 10 seconds. After all that stretching, the squat position feels nice and easy, nice and comfortable. Awesome. Okay, so if that pike position or that pancake position was challenging for you, and you want to get better and better at it, just keep spending time in those positions and it'll continue to get better and better. Maybe go through the same sequence one more time today. Really loosen up those hamstrings, that low back, that entire posterior chain.